Okay, so let's do it. We're going to do Desert Treasure 1. Let's see if we can get through all these. I've got all my items up here in the right. Let's go through. So let's go to the desert first. So the northeast of the camp. Probably should have prayed. Talk to Garcia Smith. Hello there. Howdy, stranger. What brings you out to these parts? Do you have any quests? Call it a hunch, but you look like the type of man who might. Well, it's funny you should say that. I'm not sure if I'd really call it a quest as such, but I found this ancient stone tablet in one of my excavations, and it would really help me out if you could go and take it back to the dig site for me and get it examined. It's very old, and I don't recognize any inscriptions on it. Yes. Sure, I was heading that way anyway. Any particular reason at the dig site you want me to talk to? His name's Terry Belando. Give it to nobody but him. I'm sorry, I can't entrust you with the actual tablet. I found it is far too valuable to give away. But I took these etchings. They should be enough for him to make a preliminary translation on. Come back and let me know what he says. I would hate to waste my time excavating anything that isn't worth my time as the world-famous archaeologist. Okay, so... dig site. Talk to Terry in the exam center. Oh, Terry. Terry Belando. Hey, you Terry Belando? That's right, who wants to know? Ah yes, I recognize you. You're the one who found that strange artifact with Zaros at the museum, aren't you? What can I do for you now? That's right, I was in the desert down by the Bedbeding camp, and I found the archaeologist who asked me to deliver this to you. You spoke to the legendary Garza Smith? Quickly, let me see what he had to give you. It is always at the forefront of archaeological breakthroughs. So what does the inscription say? Anything interesting? This is fascinating. These cuneiforms seem to predate even the settlement we are excavating here. Yes, this is most interesting indeed. Can you translate it for me? Well, I am not familiar with this particular language, but the similarities inherent in the pictographs seem to show a prevalent trend towards a syllabary consistent with the phonemes we have discovered in this excavation. So can you translate it for me or not? Well, unfortunately, this is the only example of this particular language I have ever seen, but I might be able to make a rough translation of sorts. It might be slightly obscure on the finer details, but it should be good enough to understand the rough meaning of what was originally written. Please just wait a moment, I will write up what I can. Translate it into a journal for you, then you can take it back to Ascania. I think he will be extremely interested in the translation. There you go, that book contains some of my translating ability. If you would to be as kind as to take it back to Ascania, I think it will show him that he is on the right track for a find of great archaeological importance. Wow, you really are right quickly, don't you? What can I say? It is a skill I picked up through my many years of taking field notes. Where is the closest fairy ring? OSRS fairy ring. Oh my god. Ah, up there. Can I get to that from here? Let's do that. I've got the editor file, so... Hello, Wolfie. Hello there. So what did Terry Belando say about these etchings? Did he give you a translation for me? Yeah, he did. I have it in this book. Did you take a read of this? It will do you good to understand how a profession works. Here, have a read. Read the book. This is a rough translation of the stone tablet brought to me by courier earlier today. The cuneiforms of this particular tablet are far different to anything I have previously seen in my career as an archaeological expert. Where possible, I have given as accurate a translation as possible. Use possible twice there, mate. It's bad. But some of the words I have attempted to translate hold different meanings depending upon their intonation and context. Due to my unfamiliarity with this language, I have given possible translations for these words wherever I have encountered them. Wherever I have a word in brackets, it is a word that has many meanings depending on the context, although the general meaning should be clear to even a casual study. Hopefully this translation will help you in your excavations, Ascania, and as usual I look forward to seeing what relics you bring back to the Museum of Varrock this time. Your friend as always, Terry Belando. Translation follows. There are some missing sentence fragments here, presumably from a stone tablet preceding this one which you have not yet discovered. The permanent exile or journey of the people ended, and so it came to pass that deep in the fiery or uncomfortable desert, the gods argued or decided amongst themselves that the fortress or home would be the selected or chosen place that would imprison or conceal the wealth or power. Thus guarded or protected by the unusually archaic word here, I believe it means either the sick of the dead depending on context, and defended or trapped by the diamond or crystals of, this word is untranslatable. So it was the gods that left 4 diamonds or crystals as the key or secret, guarded or protected by the, again this word has no model equivalent, and held by the worthy or strong, so that the wealth or power might be forever imprisoned or concealed. There seems to be some further missing information continued onto a further tablet, but from this preliminary translation I think you may be onto something very big indeed. Yes, I read it already. I've already read it, so kind of boring, really. Excellent. Just give me a moment to read this and talk to me again in a second. Hello. Interesting. It seems to me that there's some kind of treasure hidden out here in the desert. What do you say? Fancy being a treasure hunter like me? Don't you mean archaeologist? Yeah, archaeologist. Saw this hot sun getting me, I think. Well, anyway, let's assume there is treasure hidden in the desert somewhere. And let's just say for the sake of argument that maybe if I found a big stash of gold and treasure, I wouldn't necessarily just hand it all over to the Museum of Varrock. Let's also say purely hypothetically that if there were such a big stash of treasure and someone were to help me find it, then the hypothetical person might be entitled to, well, let's say a purely for the sake of argument 30% split? 50%. That's right, a purely for the sake of argument 50-50 split on this hypothetical treasure should it exist. Do you see where I'm going with this? You want me to help you find some treasure for a 50% share as long as I don't tell anybody and your reputation as an esteemed archaeologist with the Museum of Varrock remains intact and nobody discovers you're actually just a treasure hunter. Yeah, but the way you said it makes me sound like I'm doing something wrong. So what do you say, partners? Let's help. Well, I guess nobody's going to lose out on anything. We don't even know if there is any treasure. Oh, go on then, count me in. That's what I like to hear. Now if we split up, we'll be able to find this treasure quicker. I'll continue searching around here in this Bedabin camp. You head due south to the bandit village. If either of us find anything, we'll come find each other and say what, okay? You head due south and see what you can find out about this tablet. Okay, straightforward enough. South bandit camp. Remove any equipment that depicts Saradim or Zamarok imagery. Okay. Just the unholy book. In case. If you're not buying anything, I have nothing to say to you. Buy a drink. What's that? You want to buy a beer? It'll cost 650 coins. Buy a beer. There you go, now get out. We don't like your sort around here. What? Talk to him again to find out. No, I don't want to trade. I'm only here looking for artifacts. Oh really? Our inheritance is only sand and death. What do you expect to find out here in the desert, forsaken by the gods? I heard about 4 diamonds or crystals? The 4 diamonds of Isadra. How come you know of this? You've heard of them then? It's just a fairy tale for children. Maybe one of the village elders might know more, but it's not really something I care about. Now, get out of here. Your side isn't welcome in my bar. Talk to Elbus in a nearby building to the east. Open the curtain! Hello, I represent the Museum of Varrock, and I have reason to believe there are many kinds of artifacts of historical significance in the nearby area. Ah yes, the time people care about existence is when they think they have something to gain for us. I have nothing to say to you. You and your kind are not welcome here. Please, if we can save a few minutes of your time just to ask some questions. I suppose I can spare you that. What do you wish to know about? Tell me about the 4 diamonds of Azandra. Azandra! This is the treasure which you seek? Please accept my apologies. I thought you were but some opportunistic thief looking to steal what heritage we have left. Now I see that you're in fact a brave adventurer, looking to restore our glories back upon us. Yes. So anyway, what have you heard of them? Heard of them? Of course I have heard of them. They are the legacy of the great Mahya hero Azanadra. So do you have any idea where they might be? I have a feeling they will be very valuable. Valuable as historical artifacts, I mean, obviously. They were stolen by warriors of the false god Zamarok generations ago. When you find the warriors, you will find the diamonds. I suspect they will not willingly part with such objects of power, however. Beware too, for these warriors are very powerful. They have taken powers of the diamonds into themselves. How do you mean? Each diamond has an element quality. There is the diamond of blood, the diamond of ice, the diamond of smoke, and the diamond of shadow. You should expect the warriors to have taken some aspects of these diamonds as their own. Do you have any idea how I could track down these warriors somehow then? There's an ancient spell I know of that may spy upon such power, but it will require a few ingredients for it to work. Should you be willing to get these ingredients for me, I will be able to locate the rough area where each of these warriors has taken refuge. The spell is imprecise, but it should help you get on the right track in your research. Is your desire for our freedom strong enough? Will you gather the ingredients for this spell for me? Yes. Sure, what do you need? For this spell, I will need to take some scrying glasses. I will need enough so that when we can view the realm in its entirety. When enchanted, the scrying glass will be able to view any area that has been influenced by the presence of the diamonds of Azanadra. Okay, but what do you need for the spell? Well, 6 scrying glasses would be sufficient. For each scrying glass, I will need 2 magic logs, a steel bar, and some molten glass. This makes a total of 12 magic logs, 6 pieces of molten glass, and 6 steel bars. Please tell me those are steel bars. Yes. In addition, for the actual spell to enchant the glass, I will require 1 set of normal bones, some ash, some charcoal, and a single blood rune. Do you understand me, adventurer? Quick question, what kind of bones do you need? Standard bones. Other types of bones are of no use to me in this spell. I'll get those for you. Slightly odd collection of ingredients, but I shouldn't have too much trouble getting those for you. Got the stuff you were looking for. Yeah. So first, let's use the magic logs. Steel bar. Molten. Bones. Blood rune. Ashes. Charcoal. I think that's everything, right? I will find a suitable spot in the desert to the east of here and set them up. When you are ready to begin your search, please come and find me there. I will show you how to utilize the mirrors to find the diamonds. Okay, so east. Got away. I'm not going, mate. So can I even help them eventually find these warriors and their diamonds? No, the magic used in this spell is powerful, but inaccurate. The direction of the scrying glass faces is roughly the direction you will find the warrior, but I'm afraid I can't be any more help than that. I don't understand why there are 6 mirrors when there are only 4 diamonds. As I say, the enchantment is very inaccurate. I can only focus upon the aura of the diamonds I've left behind them, so any place where the diamonds were present for a significant period of time will be shown as such as the bandit camp where I make my home. My apologies, but magic is inaccurate art in many respects.